Hello everyone, in this video we will do a comparison analysis of the RBI DEPR examination and the SEBI research examination. Now in this session what we will do is that we will discuss the exam pattern of both the RBI DEPR and the SEBI research examination and the syllabus, as well as the marking scheme of these two examinations and how you can strategize your preparation for the two examinations. So let's know the exam first. So RBI DEPR, as I discussed in my previous video also, that it's a three-phase examination, and phase 1 in which there's one paper of objective type on economics. You are given 2 hours to write this examination. It's all objective type, okay, and the maximum marks is 100 marks. So this is the phase 1 of the examination. Then in the second phase, there are 2 papers that you have to write. One is the descriptive type on economics. You are given 3 hours to write this examination, and you have to write it on your answer script. Questions are displayed on the computer screen, but you have to write it so on a piece of paper. So it's a handwritten examination, and again maximum marks is 100. Whereas paper 3 is a English descriptive type again, but here you have to write the answers with the help of the keyboard. So it's you have to basically type your answers in this examination, and here you are given 1.5 hours to write this examination, and it's again of 100 marks. Maximum marks is 100. So the total of written is of 300 marks, and all of them are counted in the final selection. So it's not like that the paper 1 is qualifying in nature, unlike most of the other examinations. Both these paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3, all of them are equally important and have equal weightage in the final score. Okay, then the third phase is your personal interview, which carries 75 marks. So the total marks is 375, out of which the cutoff is decided for the final selection, and paper 1 marks are also added in the final selection. Now what is exam pattern for the SEBI research exam? So as you can see here, for SEBI research there are again 2 papers in your phase 1 exam, paper 1 and paper 2. Right, paper 1 is multiple choice questions on QRE, quant, reasoning, English, as well as GA. Okay, and you are given 1 hour to write this examination. Maximum marks is 100, and there is a cutoff also that is pre-decided, which is 30% for this particular paper. Okay, and there are negative marking as well. 1/4 of the marks are deducted for a wrong answer. So there is 1/4 negative marking. However, there is no sectional cutoff between quant, reasoning, English and GA. There is only an overall cutoff in this paper, which is 30%. And the paper 2 has again 100 marks weightage, and is the maximum marks for paper 2 research stream is also 100 marks, and you are given 40 minutes to answer all the questions, and the weightage is pre-decided, which is 40% for this particular paper. So phase 1 is qualifying in SEBI research. The final selection does not consider the marks that you get in your phase 1 SEBI research examination. Okay, however, you need to score at least 30% in paper 1 and at least 40% to make it to the phase 2 of the examination. So there's this paper wise cutoff that is already pre-decided, and an overall cutoff. There is aggregate cutoff of 40% as well. So together also in paper 1 and paper 2 you need to score 40% marks at least to make it to phase 2 of the examination. But there's no sectional cutoff between quant, reasoning, English and GA subjects. Now once you clear the phase 1 examination, for phase 2 you have to write, there are again 2 papers here. Paper 1 is an English descriptive test. The maximum marks is 100, and you're given 1 hour to write this examination, and the cutoff here is also 30% of marks, and the weightage of this is 1/3 in your final selection. So here the weightage is 1/3 for paper 1, and for paper 2 it is 2/3. and you have 40 minutes to complete your paper 2, and the cutoff is at least 40% here, and the maximum marks is 100. So you have to try and score as much as possible in the phase 2 of the examination, because this is counted in your final selection, and you have negative marking. 1/4 of the marks are deducted for wrong answers. So this is the cutoff here, 40%, and the aggregate cutoff is also 50%, which is also pre-decided in your SEBI research examination. And then the third stage, which is the final stage. So phase 2 marks carry a weightage of 85% in your final selection, whereas interview marks carry a weightage of 15% in your final selection, and then the merit list comes out and the final selection happens accordingly. Now the syllabus for the RBI DEPR examination, as you are aware that it only says that the standard of the papers is as per the master's degree examination of any central university in India. So there is no prescribed topic wise syllabus for the RBI DEPR examination, but the best guess, as I discussed in my previous video as well, would be to keep IES, the Indian Economic Service syllabus, as the base for the RBI DEPR examination and start your preparation. So broadly speaking, these are the topics which are important for RBI DEPR examination: microeconomics, macroeconomics, econometrics and statistics, international economics, growth and development, public finance, which includes your current affairs, and the budget and the economic survey. Now, whereas SEBI gives a very detailed syllabus for the research paper, it says from micro you have demand and supply and market structures, and several topics of macroeconomics are already mentioned, like national income, output and employment determination under classical and Keynesian approach, multiplier and accelerated demand and supply for money, ISLM, inflation and Phillips curve and business cycle, and monetary and fiscal policy and non-banking financial institutions. Then public economics, like public goods tax, non-tax revenue, public expenditure, public debt, statistics and econometrics, which includes your regression analysis, measures of central tendency and dispersion, correlation, sampling methods, sampling distribution, and sampling inferences. And then international economics, which includes your balance of payments, foreign exchange markets, role of international financial institutions, World Bank, IMF, etc. And the last component is the financial markets, which has asymmetric information, market model, market efficiency, clearing corporations, credit rating agencies, corporate debt market, forwards, futures, options, hedging, speculation, arbitrage, all these topics. So all the topics basically are listed in very detail in the syllabus of the SEBI research stream, whereas it is not so in the RBI DEPR examination. So both, if you are writing in your RBI DEPR examination, then you would already be covering all of these topics for your RBI DEPR, right? Just that for SEBI, what is required is that you do not go into the very depth of the syllabus, because the level of the examination is not as high as the RBI DEPR examination. However, if you are aiming for RBI DEPR, then you can definitely also give the SEBI research examination, because there is no additional effort that is required in terms of preparation. All these topics are anyway covered in your RBI DEPR exam syllabus. In fact, in DEPR you cover all these topics in much greater detail, and apart from these some other topics also additionally, but here all you need to focus on is very good conceptual clarity, and it's also not a very numerical heavy exam unlike RBI DEPR. So because you are given 50 questions and you have to attempt them in 40 minutes, so they cannot give you very heavy numerical, because the time constraint is such that you do not have even 1 minute per question. So that's why the questions, even if there is a numerical, then it will be a direct formula based kind of a question in your SEBI research paper. Now, if you want to have look at the successful student strategies, you can go through one of our videos on the channel Target RBI, and last year's strategy for that you can also look at this particular video and frame your own strategy for the upcoming RBI DEPR exam and also the SEBI research exam. You can also download the 4-month study plan from the description of this particular video for RBI Grade B DEPR. The new batch is starting from November 15th. If you have any other queries, you can call on this number, or you can visit our website, or you can even email us at this particular email ID for any other guidance that you want to take. Thank you.